Keyframing. Keyframing is used to change properties over time, like color, size, or any other property over time. Let's take a look at this. Over time, I want this image to become night. So what I'll do, I'm going to add a new node. And this is the keyframe window. I'm going to come to the first keyframe here. I have a keyframe set. Okay, I'm going to right click and add a dynamic keyframe. Notice that the shapes of these keyframes changed. This is a dynamic keyframe now. And I'm going to come to this point here, and I'm going to come to number 8 here, right click and add a dynamic keyframe. Now this is connector 8, which is basically node 8. So I'm animating only node 8 over time. So this is the second keyframe. I'm going to come to the image here and just make it dark. Oh, sorry, I have to do that through the primaries. Okay, now if we go back to the first frame, you'll notice that the image was normal. So what's happening here is that this particular node, because we chose 8 here, is being animated over time from the first keyframe to the last keyframe. Let's take a look at another example. I'm going to come to this shot again, and I'm going to change the color of her dress over time. I'm going to start by adding a new node. Then I'm going to go to curves and choose hue versus hue. Pick the color of her dress. Make the selection a bit wider. Now this is the keyframe window. I'm only animating number 5. So I'm going to come to number 5 here, right click and add a dynamic keyframe. I'm going to come to this point here and add another dynamic keyframe. And while the playhead is still on the second keyframe, I'm going to change the color of her dress to green. Now let's take a look at the shot from the beginning. At the same time that her dress got green, I want the color of the sky to change. So I'm on the same node, I went back to the second keyframe and now just change the color of the sky. I don't know why would you do that, but this is useful in cases where lighting is changing throughout a shot. The camera changed the iris through the shot. You know, it can be very handy.